troop trains used to come through here. Tell me about the troop trains that would go through. You must have saw these troop trains at your age of 16 going through every day through Alma. What did you feel like? Is that one of the reasons why you went to war?
No, it wasn't. I went to war because I figured I was curious and wanted to do something for my country. And I was young and stupid. That's about the size of it.
Why do you say that? You know, when I leave here, there's a sign on the door that says, if you love your freedom, say hello to a veteran.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why they put that sign there, you know, and here you say that you feel you were a little foolish going to war. There must have been something there.
Well, at that time I didn't. At that time I didn't, because I figured we all should do something for our country if we can at all. But I'm just talking as of today, the way things are.
How did you get over to Europe?
We went over by ship. There was 10,000 troops on the ship when we went over, and there was 9,000 of us sick all at one time. Terrible mess.
So you arrived. What were your feelings when you arrived? You arrived in England. Is that the place?
We arrived in England, and well, everything was dark. I didn't know what was going on, and I got on one of these double-decker buses there, and I thought I was going to upset because it was dark anyway, and I was on the top part of it, a whole bunch of us, and we went to Farnborough. They took us to Farnborough, England, and that's where I spent my time in Farnborough, near Aldershot.
What was the date that you arrived?
In England, the 24th of December, 1944. Christmas Eve, that's when I spent my Christmas Eve on the boat, because we didn't get off until late. In fact, it was early morning through the night.
D-Day had already happened.
Oh, that was, that had already happened.
That had already happened. What was the feeling when you heard about D-Day? What was the feeling? Where were you when D-Day happened? In Canada?
I was in Cornwall, Ontario.
Okay, so tell me about that. Tell me, how did the news reach you about D-Day? And then it looked like now the Allies
Well, we were quite happy about the invasion, that they had invaded over there, and everything was good. Then we left Cornwall, we went to Red Deer, Alberta to do an advanced training. That's when I was driving the trucks and everything from there.
Did you have any really scary moments once you got onto the European soil and you were going up through Belgium and up through Holland?
Yeah, I was scared all the time.
So tell me a story about something that you can remember that was pretty terrifying, that young people could understand. You know, a lot of young people are going to see a tape like this and they want to know what happened then. Tell me about a little bit of the fear that you might have had, some experience.
Well, when we were going up through, especially Holland, after Belgium, like we went up through Holland, we were driving on, they had roundabouts, you know. And the jury shelled, and there was a shell exploded, and part of it went through the windshield of my lorry buried itself in two boxes. And if I would have had a spare driver, he wouldn't have been there, because it had taken the head right off. Well, I was scared, and I froze, panicked, and my lorry ran into one of them big steel lampposts they had, and they drug me out of there. But I was all right, but the guy in front of me got a piece through his face and never even touched his tongue from one place to the other. And he was all right, he got out of his lorry. I couldn't get out of mine, they had to carry me out. Or drag me out, rather. So that's about...
you said that there was some nights when you were in Holland that the fighting was pretty fierce and must have been pretty terrifying.
Yeah, well, it was all lit up all the time. They didn't let up on anything. They just kept going all the time.
What were some of the towns that you traveled through?
In Holland itself, well, Hengelo, Amersfoort, Apeldoorn, Utrecht, Enschede, Amsterdam, Nijmegen, right up through there. Then we were going to cross into Germany.
So there was lots of, you've seen the movie A Bridge Too Far? Did you ever
Yes,
see that
I
movie?
did. So
So when you saw that movie, did you think that was authentic?
yeah, I thought that was pretty close to the thing, eh? Yeah. But anyway, I liked seeing them again, just to brings memories back. But at least I'm here. I'm not there.
So you were driving vehicles in the services, right?
Yeah, I drove a 60 hundredweight,
What
three
did they carry in
ton
those
lorry.
vehicles?
Well, I was carrying supplies such as boxes of groceries, like canned food and all that. Some of them were carrying ammunition, some were carrying petrol. But I was always lucky enough to get one with the boxed food.
Did they all go in the same convoy, like the petrol and the
Yeah, we always had so many trucks. Well, we didn't call them trucks, we called them lorries. There were so many lorries with the food and so many with ammunition, so many with petrol.
Were you
Some convoys was 10, 12 trucks, some was more.
Were you ever attacked by an airplane when you were in one of these convoys?
Yes, we were strafed.
What was that like? Describe that. Remember, go back to that day that happened and give me the 2 minutes before it happened. You were driving along in the lorry and
Well, it
describe that.
happened so darn quick that all of a sudden you could see the dust flying up alongside of the vehicles, eh? That made me sweat. Even my hair stood up, I think. And I had a hard hat on too.
I bet you. Yeah. So tell me about Holland. The reason I'm doing this interview with you is the Dutch people were very happy to see the Canadians come along. I guess there's a real memory there for a lot of.
Yeah, well, the Canadians, they liberated Holland, and if you had a Canada patch on your shoulder, you were great. They really thought the world of us guys, because we went up through Amsterdam, right through in there. Yeah, they really thought the world of us guys, and they still do.
I was told that at the end of the war, a lot of people in Amsterdam were starving. The Germans weren't giving them any food at all, and here you've got a lorry full of food in your truck. Did you bring up some of the food for those people, or was that just army food that you were serving?
No, that was army food only. Yeah.
It was army food. Eh?
Yep.
So I hear that the Canadians, they put a lot of food towards.
Oh, we did. They did after. Yeah, they looked after them. The supplies went to all the Dutch, Holland, right through.
As you were driving along, I've seen pictures now of the war, after the war, and as you were driving along in your lorry, going through Holland and into Germany, I've heard stories that those cities were just flattened. Can you describe some of your trips?
Yeah, there was some of them just flattened with nothing, flattened right out. You know, it was towns the size of Carleton Place, which is bigger than Almont, just straight right down, nothing there.